So Ayato is coming in the next 9 days. We all know that you spend all your primos on Freena. Well, in your case, Chi-Chi, Dea, Kaching, Diluc, Tanari, or Mona, since you keep losing your 50-50s. But at least you have a guaranteed Ayato, right? In today's video, I'm gonna fill you in on everything you need to know about Ayato. This video should help you decide on if you should or why you should pull for Ayato. So since I hate long intros, and I know you probably do too, let's get straight into the video. So Ayato is a main DPS Hydro character. He applies a good amount of Hydro, he's very flexible and does a lot of damage, mainly through his elemental skill. What his elemental skill does is that it infuses his normal attacks with Hydro. He switches into this cool swordsman stance, and when you're in it, you simply just normal attack, and it's really that simple. His skill lasts for 6 seconds and has a 12-second cooldown, meaning that you should do all your supportive stuff like Bennett's Burst, Kazuha's Burst, Yelin's Burst, or anything you want to do, and then switch into your Ayato and start bashing the enemies. Keep in mind that when you switch to Ayato, he's going to be on field for at least 6 seconds. While in this stance, he also gains resistance to interruption, and he now gets some damage scaling from HP, meaning that HP isn't going to be useless on him. When you do his skill, a Hydro Ayato is placed down, looking pretty goofy in my eyes, but it also explodes if it's been out for more than 6 seconds, or if there are enemies around you. It's also a source of applying Hydro when it explodes, while also dealing a decent amount of damage. Let's talk about his burst. His burst makes it rain swords with a large AoE. This ability has a pretty long duration, being 18 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. Aside from it having a low downtime, it will also boost your active character's normal attack damage. Keep in mind it has a high energy cost, being 80 energy, while also having a long animation. But it's still a really good ability which you should use when you have it. So since you know about his burst and his skill, his talent priority should be really simple. Please don't touch his normal attacks, they're useless. Then level up his skill since it's a stance change, and then his burst. But make sure you prioritize his skill. Let's talk about his passives. His first Ascension passive isn't something that you're going to be paying much attention to, but it does 2 things. The first thing it does is after Ayato does his skill, he gets 2 Namisen stacks. The other thing it does is when the water Ayato illusion that he gets from doing his skill explodes, he will get a Namisen effect that is equal to the maximum stacks possible. Now you might not know what a Namisen stack is, so let me explain. These stacks are a max HP based additional damage to his normal attacks in his E. They basically give him more damage based on max HP. Now for his second passive. It's pretty good for energy. When Ayato is off field and has energy that's less than 40, every 1 second he will generate 2 energy for himself. This means he could get his burst pretty quickly and could be a very energy efficient character. Ayato is also a very easy character to build. He's resin efficient and super strong. He has 3 really good sets to choose from. The first one is 4-piece Gladiator, the second one is 4-piece Heart of Depth, and the third one being Echoes of an Offering. All these sets work very well on Ayato as they give him a lot of normal attack damage. Although all these sets are really good on him, I would say Echoes of an Offering is probably going to be your best set. Getting attack percent, crit damage, and crit rate are what you want to look for on your Ayato because you build him like any other main DPS character in this game. Quick pause. If you think I'm not going into depth on how to build Ayato, I'd just like to let you know that in this video, I'm just talking about Ayato as a character and if you should pull for him or not. This is not a guide video whatsoever. Therefore, I will not be going into depth or talk about his weapons, constellation, etc. But if you're enjoying the video so far, please let me know if you're going to pull for Ayato or not. And don't forget to like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's talk about his best team comps. So since he's a Hydro main DPS character that's going to be on field for a decent amount of time, he applies a lot of Hydro, making him a really good option for Hyper Bloom teams, Bloom teams, or Burgeon teams, but specifically Hyper Bloom teams. You're going to pair him with a Dendra support, most likely Nahida, but Traveler works as well. Then you're gonna go for an Electro support that can turn your Blooms into Hyper Blooms really well. Kuki and Raiden can do this very well, but since Kuki heals as well, you should use Kuki. The last slot can can be a flex slot like Kazuha or Sucrose. You can add another Hydra character like Yellen or Xingqiu, and you can even add an electric character like Fischl. It really depends on who you have built and your preference. The same applies for Burgeon teams, just instead of using Kuki or Raiden, use Toma, and the flex slot can be someone like Kazuha. The Bloom team can be Ayato, Nahida, Nilu, and a healer, typically Cocofish, and this team can deal a lot of damage. Anyway, that's really all you need to know about Ayato, so let's get into my opinion, or if you should go for him. Well, in my opinion, Ayato is still a great character in the current meta. He works well in a lot of teams and has proven to be very future-proof since his release, him getting better and better as more characters released. Now, with that being said, he isn't a must-pull character because there are other characters I would prioritize over him, for example Kazuha, Nahida, or Yellen. But if you have these characters or some other 5-star supports, I would say you can pull for Ayato because in my opinion, he's just so fun to play and does a lot of damage. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join my Discord down below if you'd like to support me, and I hope you win your 50-50 if you find yourself summoning for Kamisato Ayato. Thanks for watching. Bye.